What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Tony Mack. Return of the Mack. What's happening, y'all? I got the lights on up in the car just to show my face, let y'all know I never hide my face on my videos, but I am going to cut this light off in a second. But it's on because I'm up early in the morning. Yes, I was celebrating my birthday yesterday, y'all, so happy birthday for me. Had a real good birthday. Shot a podcast episode. Y'all be on the lookout for that. Argue with your mama. That episode is going to drop real soon. Shout out to Vision Studios as well as Eat Greedy Smokes. Let me get this light off, y'all. Anywho, man, I wanted to talk to y'all this morning about a few things, man, in my little sports talk. I wanted to talk a few things, man. Namely, as y'all can see in the thumbnail, you got KD, LeBron, and Steph Curry. Salute to all three greats, all three legends. But I want to talk about how these playoffs are no longer including their ass. How all three of them are no longer a part of the postseason and nobody cares. But I think that's a good thing, y'all. I'm going to discuss that a little bit later. I also want to talk about this recent news, a possible recent boxing news where Ryan Garcia allegedly has tested positive. Not even a full month after knocking out Devin Haney. Now, y'all know Tank is my dog. I've been riding with Tank. I said Tank is the dog of their division. Devin Haney don't want to see him. The dude that stay on Twitter all the time, Stevenson, don't want to see him. All these cats in that division don't want to see Tank. They talented, they great, but they don't want to see Tank. So when I saw Devin Haney get flatlined, I couldn't wait to brag and talk trash about how this can't mess with Tank. I couldn't wait to bring it up to folks that he couldn't mess with Tank because Tank just knocked out Ryan Garcia, made him quit with a body shot. But he made easy work of Devin Haney. Only to find out not even a month later, Ryan Garcia has allegedly tested positive for them roids. Yeah, they said he got some of that juice, man. Said he got juiced up for the fight. So we got to talk about that a little bit later as well. Also, just a little slight news. Matter of fact, I'm going to jump right into this one about the homie Emmanuel Acho. Emmanuel Acho, man. I like Emmanuel Acho. For y'all that don't know who that is, that's a sports commentator, journalist, former NFL player, linebacker. Played for the Texas Longhorns, a legend for the Longhorns, had a few years in the NFL, but a Nigerian, American-born Nigerian brother from out of the Dallas area. And he does a really good sports talk to where, in my opinion, he breaks down the game, the NFL, stuff like that. But a lot of people have accused him of being an animal, you know, something called a raccoon. You know, raccoon. And I feel like people misjudging homie. I feel like folks misjudge dude. And honestly, in the black community, I think we do that with a lot of people. Like, there are truly some people who we can say are enemies of the community, y'all. But I think some folks, we jump the gun just because they see things from a different perspective, you know. And recently, Emmanuel Acho's name has kind of been dragged in the mud because, in my opinion, Amanda Seales, the comedian, actress, singer, you know, very talented, but annoying to a lot of people, recently had an interview with Shannon Sharp where she kind of brought up his name on how she felt that he kind of dodged certain questions about the black community or dealing with, like, you know, civil unjust and police brutality, stuff like that. And I'm like, if he hasn't personally experienced that level of discrimination, why do we want him to risk his livelihood to speak up for that? Like, how many of us would throw our job away to speak up for something? You know, for me, I remember just my past and working jobs where I always feel like I got to be the one to speak up on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I remember working for a delivery service, and it was like 10 of us working for the company. And all of us had the same complaints behind closed doors. But I wanted to be the one to say, let me speak up, Hakuna Matata. Let me speak up for everybody and say something to defend us, because I know if we get it started and, strengthen numbers, things can go smooth. And when I spoke up and stood up, everybody else sat down. So a lot of time we be wanting these black celebrities who may not have actually come from the hood like us, who might have come from the suburbs, who may not necessarily understand your black plight. But we don't want them to speak up for us and risk their livelihood, freedom, and anything just to get a fucking point across that we all know exists. Like, we know racism exists. How many times do somebody have to say it on television? I get it. Yes, bring awareness to it. But what happened to being a spook by the door? Y'all remember that book? For y'all that don't know, about the brother that worked for the CIA that act like he was what we would call a raccoon. But he was getting all the information from the CIA and the FBI and bringing it back to the hood. So I'm saying, what if guys like Stephen A. Smith, and I'm not saying they are, but what if guys like Stephen A. Smith, who we like to throw that label on, is secretly funding some stuff that's helping black people? But he's on TV being this character. Not saying he is, not saying he ain't. It's just a level of critical thinking, man. Just a level of it. But even more than that, how many of y'all are willing to risk your family to stand up for the cause? And how many of us really stick together for real? And we gonna be 100. Shout out to my boy Triple P with the for real. But enough on that. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. But next, I want to chop back to the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia situation, y'all. Like I said, it's allegedly that the dude Ryan Garcia then took some of that stuff and juiced stuff for it. It's alleged. If that come out that he really did, I think they got to ban homie out of boxing, bro. Like, they got to stop these dudes who are really getting that stuff in their system, man. Because he beat Devin Haney bad. I'm not dissing Devin Haney in no kind of way. Respect the dude. This is a boxer. For all means, I'm a couch potato. This is a professional boxer, so I am not talking trash about his hands. But Ryan Garcia beat that dude bad. Now, if he did it natural, shit, Devin Haney, you got to take your lumps like you took your doves. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney, you done whooped a lot of ass. But that night, you was not the ass whooper. The roles changed. Pause. No diddy. But if he doped up and he did it to you, y'all got to get them kind of guys out of boxing, bro, because y'all can kill somebody with that. This is boxing. You don't play boxing. As Floyd Mayweather used to always say, you don't play boxing. You don't play UFC. You don't play wrestling unless it's WWE and people can still get hurt with that. You don't play them real fighting sports. You don't play that stuff. People can really get hurt. Even in the NFL, same with that. I think the only sport that they should allow steroids in is baseball. Like, I think because home runs is the only fucking thing that's exciting. So if you allow that shit and somebody was able to hit 133 home runs, shit, you might get me to watch it on television. Now, going to a baseball game is awesome. But watching that shit on television is the most... I'd rather watch paint dry. I wouldn't want to watch a baseball game, y'all. It's just not entertaining. Anyway, not on television, but at the game, it's one of the greatest experiences ever. I've been to like a few Rangers games, y'all. Then they're pretty live, man. Going to the games. Well, any sport, going to the game is better. Well, any sport, being at a game live is better. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of like live basketball and stuff, LeBron, KD, and Steph Curry, you ain't about to see them live unless you wait until November. You're not about to see it. All great legends in their own right. Y'all know me. I always ride for defend my boy LeBron. No diddy. I always, you know what I'm saying, look out for him because I feel like he get the most unfair hate and the most overly criticized player ever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually liking the fact that even though he's gone out of the playoffs, the NBA not missing a beat. Like, everybody's moving on to the Luka Doncic, the Jokic's, the Jalen Bronson, Ant-Man. Can't forget about Ant-Man. Can't forget about Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like moving on to like the new players, and it's good. Like with the Mavericks, Kyrie and Luka Doncic doing. Y'all seeing how they got them boys out there eating, man? Y'all saw that no-look live Kyrie did to Gafford? Like, that's insane. Like, this is making basketball, it's better. You know what I'm saying? That we're not just relying on LeBron. Like, I think, you know, in defense of LeBron James, I think he deserved to not have to win the championship for us to say, hey, yo, it's LeBron out there, and give him his respect. Like, it seemed like folks want LeBron to win the ring every year. The nigga gonna be 63. Hey, man, LeBron ain't this if he don't win the ring. Michael Jordan would have won a ring. And Michael Jordan 175. Give Michael Jordan the ball right now. Michael Jordan to win a ring. That's how we treat this stuff, bro. And I'm like, dog, can he just bow? Can the man have a Michael Jordan with the Wizards years? Kobe Bryant with the Lakers years. Tim Duncan with the Spurs years, to where we just happy to see him play, but we ain't expecting him to win no championship, bro. Like, that man trying to prepare his son to get ready for the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Probably getting ready, you know what I'm saying, to spend that time with his family like he been wanting to. You know? I don't think it's time for LeBron to have to go out there and say, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go head on and chase another ring. I feel like when I won that one in Cleveland, that made me the GOAT. But motherfuckers like Skip Bayless, I bet he be wanting to choke the shit out of Skip Bayless. I think if somebody could get that true, unfiltered interview with LeBron, how do you really feel about Skip Bayless? Or even better, somebody get a real interview with Skip Bayless and say, how do you really feel about LeBron? You a fan, ain't you? Deep down inside, you probably you probably got a shrine in that mother. I believe that, Skip. I believe that, dog. It's just the way you talk about this guy so negatively. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But the NBA is getting better, y'all. Like with the youth, I love that it's moving forward. I don't necessarily, some people gonna say, nah, it ain't getting better. But I'm saying I'm enjoying the playoffs, even though we don't have the usual big names. No Giannis, no KDs, no Steph Currys. It's about to be no James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. Wrap them all up, send them home. Matter of fact, they ain't got far to go. Their last game of the season gonna be in Dallas. They gonna wrap it up. They gonna wrap that up in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? They gonna go ahead on and wrap that up in Dallas. But Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. In the East, I want to get excited about how the East wrapped up, but the East is looking like 2001 and 2012 all over again, where they just have one great player on a team and not really great teams. Outside of Boston, like Boston got together a great team, but the Bucks, yeah, you got Dame Lillard joining up with Antetokounmpo, but not, you know, Chris Middleton. I don't know if you would still consider Chris Middleton elite. You know, I think he could steal 30% of the games. He still could come out there and give you 35, but I don't think you would game plan for Middleton like you would do for Giannis, and not like you would do for Dame Lillard, even at this point in Dame Lillard's career. So really nobody else in the East, I don't think, is building a team. Like if you look at Jalen Brunson, who's the other guy he has? That's why I'm enjoying the series. Well, I enjoyed the series between them and in Philadelphia, because he really is Jalen Brunson and some really good role players. And no disrespect to him, you know what I'm saying, because role players is good. You know, you play your role and you do what you necessary to win the game. But if he's having a bad night, who's the other guy that say, okay, I'm gonna go out there and get 40. I'm gonna go out there and get 30. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey, great game the other night. Great game the other night. Maybe he can be the second in the 1-2 punch with him and Joel Embiid, but the question is, can Joel Embiid stay a whole season? You know what I'm saying? Potentially one of the best big men of all time if he's healthy, but is he ever going to be healthy enough for the entire season? And it sucks, you know what I'm saying, when your body failing on you like that, when the man has tremendous heart. I mean, fighting an elimination game, Joel Embiid had crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? I think 40 plus, 17, rebound. Like, he had crazy numbers. Plays with so much tremendous heart, but his body just won't allow him to play a full season, man, and that just sucks. You know, and Tyrese Maxey, he's showing he got that dog in him. He's showing he got that dog in him, but I still don't see a 1A guy. I still see a good B, a really good B. You know what I'm saying? A really, 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 really good B. So nothing against him, but other than that, I don't see nobody else in the East really building no teams. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy B, Miami, man, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, I don't know. I really don't see nobody beating Denver outside of Boston. And I think if Boston beat Denver, they're still going to go in there as the underdog. Like, it'd have to be a rough Game 7, which would be awesome. But I don't really see nobody beating Denver this year. They do everything too well. They're doing everything too well. And right now, the NBA has not figured out how to defend Jokic, being that he is a center that can run the offense. I can pull your big man completely up out of the paint to where you have no one to protect the rim. Why? Because I got shooters on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I got my shooters with it. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But it's gonna be interesting to see how Denver matches up with Minnesota, man. I'm rooting for Ant-Man, but I don't know if they ready yet. I feel like Karl Anthony Towns, them gonna let me down. I feel like Karl Anthony Towns gonna let me down. I don't know, man, but I'm rooting for Ant-Man and them to get this upset over Denver. But I honestly can't wait to see Oklahoma and Dallas go at it. That's the series I'm looking forward to. But Dallas, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Y'all know what y'all got to do. Go ahead and take care of business. Kawhi Leonard will probably be playing. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all like the channel, please like, subscribe, share the channel. Tony Mack, where it's always real, but it's always love. Peace.